What are we talking about today? No, we're not talking about rolling the dice at the casino. We are talking about flipping. We are talking about flipping Instagram pages. How you can actually make money by buying low and selling high regarding actual Instagram pages. It's just like real estate, but it's online, requires very little effort. All you're doing is posting pictures, and in order to really be successful with this, all you have to do is yes, sirree, bobtail. We are talking about Instagram today, and we're talking about specifically how to make money on Instagram by flipping pages. It's a strategy that, yes, takes a tiny bit longer, but the payout can be so freaking much more. You can buy a page for $250 and later down the road sell it for $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 just by building it up. You have to think of this kind of like real estate, right? Real estate, you buy low, you buy a crappy little house, you maybe fix it up and you sell it for more. It's really the same kind of concept, but you're not having to hammer, you're not having to replace drywall, you're not having to fix the roof, you're not having to repaint stuff, which I freaking hate painting, by the way, if you didn't know that already. But this is basically a really great way to sort of flip real estate, but it's really just flipping Instagram pages without a lot of work. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe down below to stay up to date with what is flying out of this channel 5 days a week. And of course, you don't have to be new to do this. Drop this video a like if you are excited about this very unique and different, less talked about way of making money on Instagram. I'm pretty pumped for this one, so without further ado, I know you just hit that like button, I know you just subscribed down below, so let's continue into step number one. Step number one is buying a page. Duh, we gotta buy a page. You don't wanna buy just any page, obviously, and you don't wanna go to websites like Social Tradia, FameSwap, or Instasale.com because yes, these are really easy ways to buy Instagram pages, but the people on there are what you are going to be doing. As in, they bought the page for $200 and now they're selling it for $2,000, and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna pay that. The money's already been made. So those are websites you do not want to do. You want to go and hunt out. You want to go and hunt for people that maybe they're not really interested in selling their page, or they never thought about selling their page. They've never been offered to sell their page before, and that is where the money is made. Just like real estate and anything you're buying, the money is made upon the purchase, not the sale. If you can buy it for a lot less than it's worth, then you can sell it. You've made the money right there. And later you're just going to increase the value and be able to sell it for more later down the road. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking out for pages within a certain criteria and within a certain niche that you're going to reach out and DM them and say, hey, basically, would you be interested in selling your page? And if so, what can I buy it for? What can we negotiate down to where it's a fair deal for both of us? Make sure you stick around for the whole video because I'm going to be tackling the specific criteria that you have to keep in mind when buying a page and what to look out for, as well as the specific and best, most profitable niches that you will be able to pay the least for, grow the fastest and the easiest, and then sell for the most down the road. As well as at the end of the video, I'll be talking about the ways you can actually monetize an Instagram page. So, follower count. How many followers should these pages actually have? And how much should you pay for them? You don't want to pay $600 for 2,000 followers. That's ridiculous. So really what we're looking for is we're looking for accounts that are between 30 and 70,000 followers. We're not looking for 200. We're not looking for 100,000 followers. When you get above the 70-ish mark, especially for buying and flipping pages, you are going to start paying a lot more because people get all hot-headed and like, yeah, look at all my followers. You're like, screw you, dude. Like, you're not that valuable. But they think they are, and they will not budge on a very large amount of money. So 30 to 70,000 followers is the best range of followers. But you can't just be like, oh, 30,000, check, let's buy it. What's very important and what's really critical to the criteria of deciding if a page is good or not is simply the fact of, does it have high engagement for the following? So if they have 30,000 followers, are they getting around or more 30,000 engagements per post? Because if they have 30,000 followers and 1,000 people like it or comment on it every post, that sucks. Most of those people either are not engaged, obviously, or they're bots and fake people, and it just really is not an account that is going to be worth anything because at the end of the day, it's all about how engaged the audience really is, because that's how you make money. And that's what is the value in it. It's not the fact that you can sort of get a product in front of the eyes of 30,000 people. It's, will these people be engaged enough to actually purchase that product later, if that's something that is what the goal is. And with this, when they have a high engagement, they of course are going to have a lot higher likelihood of their posts getting on the Explore page. And of course the Explore page, most people know what the Explore page is. A higher likelihood of getting on the Explore page, and that is where the real growth and explosion can happen, because your post and your page gets in front of the eyes of so many more people than it would just be if you posted on your normal page and only the people following you saw your post. So when buying these Instagram pages, if you can get it between that range as well as that high engagement, it's like buying a stock of Amazon before it becomes Amazon. It's buying it right before it explodes, and you can be there to reap the benefits and the profits. So, for example, 30,000 followers. How much is it reasonable to pay for that? Are we gonna pay $600 or are we gonna pay 50 bucks? It's kind of a thing that it's hard to put a number on. And I would say, from my experience buying these pages, I would say between $250 and $400. It obviously depends on the engagement rate that these have. If the page is in an incredible niche with very high engagement and the seller is very stubborn, I would pay as much as $400. I wouldn't pay more than that. But anywhere between that range, of course, it's a negotiation. It's a negotiation, and there's a lot of factors that fall into that. Like I said, follower count and the amount of engagement there is. And you can even have the page owner send you their insights, as in their analytics of their page, because in the back end of professional pages, there are what is called the page analytics, where you can look at the different engagement types and the demographics and all of that stuff when it comes to the audience that is actually following the page. So you can get a good idea of, is this actually true? Is this engagement real? And is this something that can actually be beneficial for me down the road? And really, after you buy the page, you just sit on it. You keep posting the same kind of content, however fast they're posting it, and just build it up. Maybe make the content a little better, but just keep posting, just keep building it, just keep doing the work. You're painting the walls, you're fixing the roof, you're repairing the drywall, you're replacing the carpet. It's all the same kind of stuff. You're working on the channel, you're working on the page, and you're building it up to later flip and sell down the road for a lot more than you put into it. And really, that's the cool thing, is you're not putting in money. Like a house, like real estate, you're having to put in money for drywall, you're having to put in money for paint, you're having to put in money for maybe labor, for carpet, for nails, for screws, for all of that stuff. That's actual money that's going out to increase the value. And with Instagram, there's no money being put out. You are simply increasing the value of the page for free. Just put in a little work, post some stuff, and you grow the page, and eventually you sell it for a chunk of change more. So, best niches. What are the best niches to actually buy in, to make money, to grow the fastest, and really just the easiest ones to do? The first one is the health industry, the health niche. And that, yes, that's a very broad niche, but it's a very passionate niche and has a lot of opportunity for products. As in monetization with this, you can have your page and you can even have a drop shipping store where you could drop ship health related products, whether it's beauty, whether it's specific eyeliner. I'm not gonna even try to understand what all that stuff is and list off the different kinds of beauty products, because I ain't got a clue. But health industry is something that can work very well with drop shipping, because all of those products go hand in hand with them. And that's a great way to monetize the channel and make money along the way as you are building and growing equity and value in the Instagram page. Along with that, you can put Amazon associate links, as in you can have Amazon products that you put links into maybe your bio or certain posts where you advertise maybe a product and you put a link to it in the description and people click on it and buy it and you get paid. Another one is making sure to put a business email in your bio, basically for business inquiries, where maybe someone comes to your page and they say, hey, you've got a good following, got good engagement because you bought a great page and you're building it up, and they're like, hey, how much for a post? How much for a 12-hour post? And you are able to actually get paid hundreds of dollars for literally a 12-hour post that takes you 30 seconds to post. And it's an incredible thing where if you did not have that email there, you would not have that opportunity in the first place. So number one, health. Number two is financial advice, financial education, things along those lines. And one of the easiest things to do is, since you're posting stuff about making money and advice and wealth and lifestyle and things along those lines, it's really easy to post a course. Someone's got a course about stock investing. you could easily talk to that person, get an affiliate link for that stock investing course, and link that in your bio or in a post, and maybe they're interested in learning about that. You are able to have that link there, have that available for them so they can go buy it and you get a cut of that. And shoot, the commission percentages range anywhere between 25 to 40, 45, 50%. And that is a huge chunk, especially when the course is hundreds of dollars. And you can easily take advantage of that and take advantage of your audience within this niche to not only make money, but to grow faster because it is a popular niche. Number 4 is travel. All of these things I am talking about are great because not only they grow fast, they're popular, you can monetize easily, but it's easy to post stuff. Like if you have a super specific weird niche that maybe it eventually becomes hard to post stuff in, to generate content, to think of content, or maybe there's not a lot of content out there in general where you can kind of get inspiration, that's tough. And I wanted to give you guys niches that make sense, that are easy to work with, and that are easy to actually post content for. So 4, travel. This might be one of the most financially rewarding niches just because you can specifically work with travel companies. Because again, you're posting these hot destinations of these beaches in Fiji, climbing mountains, shredding the gnar in Colorado, or whatever you're doing. And these people see these and they are stuck at their 9-to-5 job and they are escaping to your page to be able to escape their life and be like, wow, that's amazing. And then when they've got that in their mind, oh, I'm going to do that one day, I'd really be interested in going there. You are able to work with travel companies and basically have an affiliation with them and post travel discounts and say, hey guys, I know you really liked that Fiji post. Check it out. Here's a discount on travel to Fiji. And the cool thing is this does not come off like, hey, I'm trying to hawk you stuff to make money. It comes off like, hey dude, like, thanks man. 15% off my entire travel? Heck yeah, I appreciate it. I'm actually gonna share this. And it comes off where you're doing them a favor. You're doing them a favor and it's benefiting you. There's nothing wrong with that. People always see affiliate links as, oh, you son of a, you're the scum of the earth. And I'm like, dude, like what? If there's a discount, it's benefiting both parties. It doesn't hurt anybody. It's a win-win. It's a win-win-win. It wins for you, it wins for the person with the link, and it wins for the company saying, hey, here's the link. It helps the company by get more customers and expand their web of influence. It helps everybody. It shouldn't come off like that, especially with the travel niche. Number 5 is fashion, and more specifically streetwear. We're talking about normal clothes, maybe athletic clothes, maybe things that you wear on the street rather than super formal tuxedos and stuff like that. The reason for this is because it relates to more people. If you only are just the guy that's like, okay, I'm just only gonna post extremely expensive tuxedos, yeah, maybe people like looking at those, but like the monetization is not as good for that and the audience is a lot smaller. So we're talking about general streetwear, cool shirts, cool stuff like that, cool athletic gear, things along those lines that you can appeal to the broader audience, as well as drop ship maybe your own print-on-demand shirts, or really just take advantage of the growth that niche has. Number 6 is beauty, and this is obviously a massive one, and that could be anything from hair, makeup, different eyeliners, different hairstyles. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know what goes on into the beauty industry because I may be beautiful, but wow. I don't wear makeup or do any of that stuff. But this is obviously a very popular, in-demand niche. I mean, look at all the massive pages that have a very loyal following and extremely high engagement because there's a lot of women out there and they all like makeup, looking pretty, feeling beautiful, and really just all of those things. And that's an incredible niche to get into that can also be very profitable and grow very fast. So DMing these people, DMing these pages, what does that look like? How does that tie into what you can do and how do you do it? You just got to think of this like it's a person. I mean, you can't think of this guy as like a big corporate suit, and I mean, he's got a page, he's worked hard to build it, and he may or may not know the value of his page. Most of the time, people don't know the actual value of the page, and you could be able to take advantage of that and get a lower price. So, of course, everything's negotiable. It's not like they're listing these things and they have an exact price in mind and they're not gonna go below it or anything. Sometimes it is. Sometimes people know exactly what their page is worth, and they're like, I'm not taking anything below $400. And that's just a judgment call of, do you think the engagement is worth it enough? And do you think you can grow this enough where you will pay $400 for it? But again, when you're talking to these people, reach out. Hey, would you be interested in selling your page? And don't be insulting when they say, yeah, potentially, what are you going to offer? And don't be like, I'll give you $50. Like, yeah, you could be shrewd and harsh with that, but like it's going to turn that person off. And they're just going to be like, screw you, dude. Like, I'm out of here. And it's just going to really kind of cut the relationship, and it's not going to be very effective. So don't overshoot it, but just give a reasonable, I'll give you $175. I'll give you $200. Right in the middle where there's a potential to negotiate lower, or really there's a way where you can get right around that price. So whenever you come to the price, whenever you're like, boom, $250, that's the price. All right, guys, so focus up right here, right now, because these couple points are very crucial, and you will get screwed and you will lose out on a lot of money if you do not follow these. So focus up, throw your phone away. Unless you're watching it on your phone, then don't throw your phone away. But if you got your dog in your lap, put your dog down, focus up, because if you do not do these, like I said, you're going to get screwed, because the reality is the world's a harsh place and people are kind of scummy sometimes. So when you buy the page, they're going to be like, okay, PayPal's the easiest, which is great, but they will want to pay through PayPal Friends and Family. And basically, if you don't know, there's Friends and Family and there is Goods and Services. Really, the difference between them is there is no fee and no protection, and there is a fee and full protection. They're going to want to do Friends and Family because there's no fee and no protection. So they could easily screw you, not have to pay you, and won't have to pay a PayPal fee. And that's obviously what they're going to want to do, but you will not, say it with me, say it, okay, are you ready? I will not use Friends and Family to pay for my Instagram pages. You will always use Goods and Services. If they say, nope, never going to do it, then screw them. There's plenty of pages out there, because they will try to screw you, and there is payment protection. If you pay them and they do not give you the login information, then you can open a case with PayPal and get your money back. And once you actually get the page, and right before you're about to pay them, make sure you let them know that, hey, there might be this tab that pops up and basically says, do you give permission to this person to log in? And make sure you let them know of that, because they will need to click yes and say, hey, this is okay, let this happen. Otherwise, they will just miss it or say no, and there will be complications. So after you pay for the page and you get access, the first thing you want to do is change the password. No. Of course we got to change the password, but no, that is not the first thing you need to do. The first thing you need to do is change the email. Why? Because they can easily just go in and say, oh, forgot my password, send me the new email, and you're locked out and your money's gone and you're screwed. So do not do that. Change the email the first thing you do, and then change your password. That's no big deal, because you've got the password in your phone when they sent it to you. So make sure you change your email, pay through Goods and Services, and you are fully protected. If you guys are enjoying this video about Instagram, how to make money on Instagram, how to make money through flipping pages, drop this video a like. I always appreciate it. It really helps out with me in creating content to know that you guys are enjoying this and this is something that is of value to you. Because guys, I put in a lot of work for these videos and they're fun for me, but it's also something that I want to make sure I'm posting stuff that you guys actually enjoy, and that I'm not the only one that gets excited about it. And of course, it also helps out with the old YouTube algorithm saying, hey, people actually like this video, so it must be relevant. It must not be a dumper. I don't think it's a dumper. It must not be a dumper, so we're going to show it to a little more people and be able to share these strategies to more people so they can also benefit from them as well. So what do you do when you actually get access to the account, you change the password, the page is actually yours now? Just keep doing what the guy was doing. Keep posting more, keep posting the same content, keep adding value to the page, and shoot, maybe you could post one more a week, and then bump it up after every week. Maybe one more a week the first month, and then one more a week, and then two more a week the second month. And just increase the value, increase the posting to maybe boost your growth even faster. And so now the money, what are the different ways to actually make money with this? I kind of covered that earlier in the niche section, but simply you are either drop shipping products out of there, you are able to give them links to certain products that maybe you post or they might like that they can buy and you can make money on. You can make money through shout out posts because you put a business email or a way to contact you in the description where people can say, hey, I'll pay you $300 for this 12-hour post. Or later, you're able to flip the page and sell it for more money. And it really depends on, that's your choice, whatever you think you can make more money on, and it depends on your following and engagement. Because if you have a killer engagement, you might want to just keep the page. You might want to just keep the page and leverage it to only use it for shout outs, where you can make $500 a month, or only use it for drop shipping, maybe different low or high ticket products. Or if you think, man, I just want to be done with it, I want to move on, I want to start a new page, then just sell it. And that's the cool thing is you can buy it for $400 and you can easily sell it. Just go on some of these websites. You can easily sell it for $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000, $15,000. And just look at the investment you gave, the investment you put in. You put in some time and some effort, sure. But you just put in what you bought it for, $200 to $400, $200 and $400 to $10,000. That's a pretty good return if you ask me. So being able to do that and just having the wherewithal to say which one's more valuable. Look at how much money you're making per month before you sell it. And if you think, oh, that's not really enough, that's not really something I really want to keep doing, or I'm not making enough money, screw it, sell it, make 10 grand and you're good. Of course, selling it, there are a couple ways. There's obviously people DMing you and saying, like you did to them, saying, hey, you want to sell your page and you have a number that you think of, you say 6 grand, or maybe you ask them and their initial price is 6 grand. I've seen that before and you're just like, oh, okay, well, sweet. And you can either sell it there, and that's probably the best way to sell it, or you can just use websites like Shoutcart for shout outs, or you can use those websites that I mentioned at the beginning to actually sell your page. I just hit you with the virtual real estate Instagram version of flipping houses. I hope you enjoy this one. It's a very unique one and not something a lot of people talk about, like I said. I think it was something that is of value to you because posting stuff doesn't take a lot of time. It really doesn't. Like you can literally repost what people are posting and give them credit. It doesn't take long to post them, and you can even sign up for a small monthly service where you can schedule posts and make it a lot easier, where you can spend 1 day a week and just blast it and get 6 weeks of posts ready, or even just the first week of posts ready, scheduled and ready to post, and then you're done. And then it just keeps growing and growing and growing. You start getting shout outs, purchases from your dropshipping store, and or sell it later. So guys, if you enjoyed this one, I had fun. I know you guys had fun. Drop this video a like, subscribe down below, and ring-a-ding-ding that little bell so you are always up to date with what is coming out. As always, guys, never give up. I will see you next time, and happy freaking hustling.